Roseville, K6KRQ, your net control operator for the River City ARC's Slow Scan TV Net for Wednesday, February 4th. This net serves for training and practice in image transmission modes and meets Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. on the N6NA repeater on 441.3 megahertz. River City ARC's members and all licensed radio amateurs are welcome to participate. If you wish to join the net or need to make a call at any time, please announce your call sign between transmissions and net control will acknowledge you. If an emergency should arise and you need the repeater, please contact the net control by saying break, break. A double break signifies emergency traffic. The net will stand by for you until the emergency is terminated or the traffic is moved to another frequency. Stations who wish to check in are asked to respond with their full call sign using the recognized ITU phonetic alphabet and their name. I will recognize each station before continuing.
November 6, Papa Golf, Quebec, Bob in Northmost, Roseville.
All right, I got Bob. Welcome, Bob. Good to have you. Next check-in, please.
Kilo Mike 6, Delta Victor Tango, Jim from Alta Sierra.
Hello, Jim. Good to have you. Welcome. Next check-in, please. Heard somebody key up. Want to try again?
This is KP4MD, Carroll Citrus Heights.
All right, I got Carol, KP4MD. Very good, and we are live on YouTube. I can see it. Thank you. Next check-in. All right, we'll start with the four of us. Then we'll check in a little bit to see if anybody comes along. Bob was first check-in, so we'll let him go first if he is ready. Are you ready, Bob?
Yeah, I am. Let me see if we have tone here.
Affirmative. Good tone.
Okay, thank you. This is PD 120 and 6 PGQ.
is Bill, K6KRQ. Excellent reception here. What I'll just say right now is I wish some of my pictures had that great blue sky and cloud contrast. That came out real well in the picture. More to follow, but let's go to Jim up in Alta Sierra, KM6DVT, for his comment. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, first I'm making what they call pottery, but none of the planks, and then I think maybe railroad ties, but it's the wrong color. Pretty big, a lot of it. Good picture, came out great.
N6TG.
Hey Joel, I've got you. Did you log in time, or did you fire up everything in time to get this picture? If you did, you can comment on it.
Yep, beautiful blue sky with lots of puffy clouds in the background, some trees below that with the hills in the far, far distance. It looks like a manufacturing site of some kind. Lots of red somethings stacked up in rows. Some more smaller red things in wood crates in the foreground. I'm thinking this was it Gladding McBean, or that a ceramics place that's up in what is it, Rockland or Roseville or somewhere up there. There's also got one similar, maybe it's the same, on what is that, Bradshaw, just north of Jackson Highway. Anyway, they're making a lot of somethings, and they're red, and there's a stacked in rows. CI6TG back to net.
All right, Joe, good observation, good guess. Let's go to Carol, KP4MD, and see how she got it.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. Yeah, when I first saw those clouds, those cumulus clouds up on top, it kind of reminded me that perhaps this was some kind of a cartoon. I think I've seen clouds like that on some of the Monty Python illustrations, but really, really nice contrast there. Yeah, maybe about a couple dozen small pixel pops throughout the picture, but yeah, it looks like I see a bunch of these wooden pallets in the foreground, and it looks like they're tubes. Okay, so these are some kind of plumbing tubes. I think that Bob once sent us a picture of this historic factory that was making sewer pipes, and I'm guessing this might be the same place. So back over to you. This is KP4MD.
Right, very good, Carol. I think you're in there too. You know what? Kind of your comment to the clouds in the sky, when the picture was first coming across and I saw the clouds in the sky, I was wondering myself, is this like going to be a drawing or a real photograph? Because they look so good, but it is real. So I'm going to say also this is Gladding McBean. I'm going to guess like the east part of it. I haven't seen that back part behind where Bob's last previous picture was. But I'm curious as to the vantage point of the photo. So that said, let's go to Bob and have him tell us about it. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, this is the northeast corner of the Gladding McBean plant. It's behind the plant, so you can't see it from Highway 65. This is taken from the second story of the factory. Those are clay sewer pipes that are getting ready for the spring and summer building season. So they make those all through the winter and stockpile them and sell them to people. The crates and other stacks in the back are 90-degree turns and Ys and things like that you would include with the pipes in a construction project. Yep, Gladding McBean is still going, 150 years in Lincoln, still making clay stuff in 6PGQ.
All right, very good. Yeah, they are a good story. I don't know. Joel mentioned another plant or industry that might be similar, but I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody else that does what Gladding McBean's done. I haven't seen it anyway, at least, in Southern California either.
The other competing plants are on the East Coast.
The place I'm thinking of, I think, makes bricks. There's a big industrial plant. They've got a big pit where they've been digging up the clay. It's on the, let's see here, east side of Bradshaw's North Jackson Highway.
Okay, I think I know where you're talking about. All right. Anyway, and anyhow, that's it's interesting. That again, that is an interesting outfit there. Like I said before, there's a episode of Huell Hauser when he goes to visit, and it gives you a good look at it. So, again, look that one up if you're interested. All right. This is Bill K6KRQ. We're gonna go to Alta Sierra, and that's gonna be Jim KM6DVT. If you're queued up, Jim, go ahead and send away. KM6DVT. Right, very good. Rather clear for all the snap, crackle, and pops that come from up in your direction, but a great picture. I got a ballpark idea of where it's at, but we're going to go all the way up to the top to Bob, N6PGQ, for first comment. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, I hate making first comments, but it's a very well-composed picture. You've got some of the mountains reflected in the water of the lake in the front. Quite a few pixel pops, but not objectionable. The craggy mountains have some snow on them. Doesn't look like it's been snowing recently because there's absolutely nothing on the trees, but it's a good picture. I don't know. I have no idea where this is. Maybe Hetch Hetchy. There's my out of left field guess. But it's going to be interesting to find out, N6PGQ.
All right, left fields are good. You never know. and good comment on the trees without snow, or good observation. Let's go to Carol, KP4MD, for next comment.
Okay, it's KP for MD. Also, about a couple dozen pixel pops to the picture. But you see what I got there on YouTube, and wow, this is the kind of picture I normally expect to get from Joel. You know, these very majestic, picturesque scenes. You know, with very tall, steep mountains, a whole bunch of them there, and a beautiful lake in the foreground. I'm going to guess that this lake is probably man-made. Uh, some kind of dam of a stream that makes this big lake like this. I'm just guessing because we have so many of those lakes up in our mountains. And beautiful. Interesting color to the water, though. I'm wondering if that water is frozen or something, because usually would be not so cloudy. I'm guessing. Just looks that way. Anyway, back. It might just be the sunlight on it. KP for MD.
Thank you, Carol. Good observation. Good questions, too. Like Bob says he hates to be first comment. I hate to follow Joel because he always beats me to the punch. But we're going to go to Joel right now to see what his comment is. Go ahead, Joel.
Famous view, famous lake and mountains. I've definitely seen this picture or variations on this before. I believe this is in Canada. I don't know what the name of the mountains or the lake is. That shade of color in the lake means it's glacial runoff water. Something about, I guess, the glacier grinds up the rock so fine that it gets into the water like that. I don't know. Grand Teton in the U.S. or Canada? I'm trying to think of where this is. But yeah, it's a beautiful shot. I'm sure it's a beautiful shot, and that's why it's so famous, because it's just majestic, picturesque. Yeah, take your words. I'm sure you can't come up with enough adjectives to describe it. Back to Net A6TG.
All right, very good. Good observations, which I didn't think of. I was going to guess, Tetons are in Wyoming, by the way. I was going to guess that this is in the Alps, because I'm looking at the geology of the mountains, so I'm reasonably certain it's not the Sierras. But I'm guessing the Alps. But anyway, we're going to find out. We're going to go to Jim in Alta Sierra, KM6 DVT. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, Joe hit it right on the nose. This is Moraine Lake. This is when we went on a tour with the Rocky Mountaineer train. What they do is they stop and, what they do is they give you a ticket. And you drive to this close to the lake, but you have to hike to it. It's about a 1-mile hike. And, yeah, that's glacial water, all right. It was beautiful. And we got run over by a lot of people getting up there on that hike. Really rough hike, but pretty.
All right, very good. Excellent picture. And I'd like to go there. It's pretty nice. And again, like I said, Joel beats me to the punch. Very good, Joel. This is Bill, K6KRQ. I'm going to pause here for a second to see if anybody else might have come along and would like to check into the River City Arcs Wednesday Slow Scan TV Net. If so, please come now.
K06DRM Dudley.
Hello, Dudley. I'm glad you came along. You will be right after Joel.
Roger that. Looking forward to it.
All right, very good. But before we go to Joel, we're going to go to Carol, KP4MD, and see what she has queued up and ready to send to us. So if you're ready, Carol, go right ahead.
Very good. This is going to be PD 120.
This is Bill, K6KRQ. I got that one real well. Looks like we're still in an alpine setting, but there's kind of a curious composition to this photo. We're going to go, we're going to spare Bob the first commentary this time. We're going to work up from the bottom. Let's go to Dudley, K06DRM, and see how he got it. Go ahead, Dudley.
All right, so first comment is for Dudley. Well, Carol, well, first of all, the picture came through very well. I like how there's a lot of snow, so we can actually diagnose a little of the transmission quality there. A few pixel pops here and there, but you don't notice them on the snow. There's a dog, and there, I was wondering if maybe I messed something up on my receiving end because it looks a little unconventional. There's some buildings. And looking forward to seeing and learning more about this composition. Looks European kind of snow. Anyway, okay, that's all. That's all I guess I can think of. K06DRM.
All right, Dudley, very good. It seems like you're wondering the same as me. Let's go to Joel, AI6DG.
So we've got two photos, one on the left 2/3 and one other one on the right third, or thereabouts, maybe closer to half and half, but it's not exactly. We got the same building on the left in both of them. The one on the left, though, we've got a little wider, and we've got another building on the right, but it's all snowed in, and it's recently snowed. It's on top of it having been shoveled, so even though you've got paths, you still got snow on the ground. The left one, we've got a dog that's alerted on something, because he's looking very intently with his ears straight up and straightening on the leash. I wonder what wonder what he saw or smelled or heard. And on the right is a little bit closer into the building on the left, timber frame construction with the, so yeah, alpine-ish. But looking at the trees, it's not like Sierra. It's not high, so it must be back east or someplace that's not terribly high in altitude because it's not all evergreens in the background. Which means it's probably not on the west coast, I would guess. Back to net, the N6NA. Oh, and the photo. Yeah, so Moraine Lake is a snow and glacially fed alpine lake in Banff National Park, 14 miles outside the village of Lake Louise, Alberta, Canada. Situated in the valley of the 10 Peaks at an elevation of approximately, well, it does it in meters, but further down it says surface elevation 6,181 feet. Glacially fed alpine lake. Very pretty, lots of pictures. In fact, you've definitely seen it before. AI6DG, back to net.
All right, very good. Good catch on the alert dog. Let's go to Jim, Cam6 DVT.
Yeah, looks alpine is all right. Two pictures, because I wondered why that picture on the left, the top story of the building, kind of disappeared. I see what that is now. It looks like the dog is, I want to go play. Come on, let's go in. I've had enough of this snow.
All right, very good. And let's now go to Bob, N6PGQ.
Okay, well, thank you much. Well, it does look like two pictures. I think the dog wants to go home, and it kind of looks like he's left some paw prints in the path. I agree it may not be Sierras because you can see some trees in the left of the picture, and they don't look like trees from around here up in the mountains. So anyway, it's going to be interesting to see, knowing that Carol's been back in Newington and places like that, see if this is East Coast snow, N6PGQ.
All right, Bob, very good. You beat me to the punch that time. I was going to guess, since I knew Carol had been back east, my son lived back there. I knew they had some weather, so I'm going to guess this is from her trip. Before I go to Carol, I just want to say, every time I see Banff National Park, it always reminds me of an F Troop episode where Larry Storch plays a character of the burglar of Banff. They pronounce both F's. Anyway, that's the levity for the night. So let's go to Carol, KP4MD, have her tell us about our picture. Go ahead, Carol.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Joel and Bob were very observant. This is from the East Coast. Excuse me. Yeah, those were two pictures, as you noticed. I just got these pictures today. They were taken by my cousin back in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. He's one of the cousins I went visit when I was back in the Hartford area, and this is a suburb of Hartford, just like Newington is, and they live in one of those townhouses down at the far end over there by that pine tree. They live in that far one there, and he was out walking his dog. The dog name is Teddy, and he just wanted to show me the amount of snow that they just got this weekend. This level of snow was not there when I was back there for the meeting, but I thought it was interesting, to contrast it to the weather that we have over here. That construction, by the way, I think it's kind of like a false type of it's not the real construction that what you say, European style. Well, that's what they call wattle and daub construction in Europe. They use that where they have a timber frame, and then the spaces in between the timber they fill with a mixture of plaster, sand, and clay, and they paint it white. So that's for areas that are kind of like short on timber, and it does a pretty good job with insulation for those homes. But I'm sure that these homes are not really using that construction; they're just giving the appearance of that. So as you can see, the bottom floor, you could very definitely see the brick construction there. So back over to you, Bill. It's KP4MD. Over.
All right, thank you, Carol. Like, what's the story with like the two pictures? Was that just somehow how it came out of the camera?
No, no. He sent me two pictures, and they were vertical orientation, like portrait. And I wanted to fill the entire frame, which is more like a what they call a landscape. So I just put the two pictures side by side to fill the landscape. Over.
Oh, okay, very good. Mystery solved. Yeah, I was thinking about those buildings. They look kind of Tudor-esque, that style. My son was telling me last week that they got snow one day there in Washington, and then it stopped. Then the next day the sun came out and it warmed up a little, and the streets weren't plowed, and it turned everything into a giant ice block. He said it was like real difficult and hard to get around. I'm glad I live here. Anyway, that's another commentary. All right, that said, this is Bill, K6KRQ. Let's go. It's Joel's turn, AI6DG. Let's see what you have for us tonight, Joel. Good tone.
DD-120.
This is Bill, K6KRQ. On the one hand, Joel can't beat me to the punch this time. but on the other hand, it doesn't matter because I don't know where this is. This is a good send for seeing how much detail you can punch out. I got this one pretty good. We're going to go to Jim first on this one, KM6 DVT. Go ahead, Jim.
Pretty good picture. A lot of pixels though on this one. White horses there? That Disneyland? No, I don't think so. Like all the gold up there on top. No idea where it is. You can see the green plants below on the bottom.
All right, very good. Somebody else is stumped. Let's go to Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, nice picture of a carousel. Not too many pixel pops. You can tell that the horses probably move, although they're at a similar height from the ground. Some of them are a little higher. The pole looks like it goes up where it would go to a crank that raises and lowers the horses. Be interested to know what they used for music, if this is fairly new and had a speaker system. And I don't see any brass ring chutes to throw your brass ring, but I'll be interested to know where this is, N6PGQ.
Thank you, Bob. Those are good observations. Let's go to Dudley, KO6DRM. Maybe he's got an idea where it's at. Go ahead, Dudley.
Well, I don't know where it is. I would guess it's outside. Looks like there's some greenery, some shrubbery at the bottom of the picture, and there's a black area at the bottom. I guess that's where you might put some. Oh wait, no, it's been resized. I get it, because I see Joel's call sign on the top and another black band among those. There's some pixel pops up there. It's a little purple on the upper left. That's either indoors or it's lights of something else going on at this fairgrounds or wherever it might be. My only experience with these has been at the Roseville Galleria, and they took theirs out. So interested to find out where this old classic one is. Okay, KO6DRM.
Checking, KO6LTQ.
All right, very good, Dudley. Let's go, let's see if Carol's got an idea. Carol's KP4MD. Go ahead, Carol.
Okay, yeah, this is KP4MD. You know, I tried to cheat on this and I went with Google Lens on my phone and it brought up a whole bunch of different carousels with just slightly difference in the decoration along the top there. I couldn't really tell where it is though, but it seems to be a very popular type of style of carousel. That's all I can say. Back to Nets, KP4MD.
Well, that was well said in any regard. It certainly is an ornate carousel. So I'm curious, Joel, about where on your travels you found this carousel. So go ahead and tell us all about it.
I think there's someone trying to get into the repeater, but they might be on simplex. I heard actually someone speaking earlier, and I'm hearing some interference, some heterodyning. This is the carousel in Fantasyland at Disneyland, and this is actually a screenshot of a video. 30 seconds of this spinning around. It is outside, but it's covered. And yes, there's a bar at top at the bottom because 16.9 versus 4x3. And I know that some of those horses go up and down. I'm not sure if all of those do, but definitely some of them do. It's always fun at Disneyland. You got the carousel, you got the teacups, you got all the things going on Main Street. Quite a trip. I had a fun time. Back to Net, the I6TG.
All All right, very good. That was a good observation by Bob on they all looked like at the same level, because I know on one of these carousels, some of them do go up and down and some don't, but these all look like on the same plane. But anyway, good picture. Like I said, a good send to see how much detail you can punch through. So anyway, thanks for that, Joel. Good shot. And kind of interesting taking a shot off of a video to make a still. So that's something for me to think about. All right, this is Bill K6KRQ. I'm going to stop 1 second before we go to Dudley and see if maybe somebody else was trying to get through to check in. If so, give it a shot and check in if you'd like to join us. All right, I guess not. All right, Dudley, if you are ready to roll, we are ready for you, so you may go ahead when ready.
Okay, PD 120.
This is Bill K6KRQ. You know, I had my fingers crossed for that entire transmission that this wasn't going to get slashed by the identifier. It is virtually pixel pop free. What a clear picture. Good job, Dudley. Let's go to Jim first for first comment on this one. He's KM6 DVT. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, it looks like California olive oil, robust flavor, and a bottle of wine, I presume. It's like they're getting ready to put that olive oil on the tomato and the cheese and the basil leaf. But I don't know what that is to the right. It's red. That's a good guess. All right.
All right, very good. Let's go to Carol, KP4MD.
Yeah, this KP for MD. This picture came very, very well. Very few pixel pops, maybe a maximum of a dozen in the whole picture. Very brilliant colors. Got the bottle of first cold pressed olive oil, robust flavor. Bottle next to it, maybe wine. I have no idea. And then there's a tray in front there. Has a slice of tomato with a couple of leaves, and it looks like some pieces of cheese on top there. That would be kind of like I don't know, hors d'oeuvre. It definitely is not a full meal. And a number of other tomato slices there over to the right edge of the picture. Excellent picture, nice composition. KP for MD.
Thank you, Carol. Yeah, it's like a still life. Those are some good-looking tomatoes, too. Let's go to Bob, N6 PGQ.
Well, I've had dinner, but I'm hungry again. Really nice picture. The tomatoes are bright red. I don't know whether that's an outline of Italy or not on the bottle. I can't quite tell, but somebody did a nice job slicing those tomatoes. Very few pixel pops, and they're hidden pretty well by the granite counter, which is where I can find the pixel pops, but not very many other places. So really good quality picture. Be interested to know who's making the snacks there in 6PGQ.
Thanks, Bob. Good comment on the tomato slicing. I like mine sliced real thin. And that is, I am kind of curious now about the outline on the bottle. Let's go to Joel, AI6DG, for his outlook on this. Go ahead, Joel.
That was unexpected. That had to run across the house. So, I don't... What is... Yeah, olive oil, maybe a bottle of wine. I don't know what's on the right. In the center. Is this an hors d'oeuvre? It's not a meal. I mean... Okay, tomato, basil leaf, or something like that. Dollop of cheese of some kind. Looks like a home, not a wine tasting place. So I don't know. This is not something I'm familiar with. AI6DG back to net.
All right, very good, Joel. Before I go to Dudley, I just want to welcome Ricky N420 in Honolulu. I think he was with us last week. Hello, Ricky. Good to have you. All right, let's go to Dudley, KO6DRM. Again, excellent picture. Tell us about the story behind it. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad the picture came through so clearly. I guess paved pause isn't acting, but I think the real reason is that I have a new Ed Fong antenna on my roof, thanks to his presentation at our club meeting a few weeks ago. I was inspired. But anyway, yes, this is the kitchen, my house last summer, and the basil leaves came from the backyard. You know, it's just one plant produces a lot of basil, and tomato from the backyard. Can't beat it living around here in a hot summer area. And of course, that's mozzarella cheese. You got to get the full fat kind, you know, and it makes it an outstanding hors d'oeuvre, or maybe half your meal. Fresh tomatoes. And I don't remember what that is. A bottle of wine. I don't remember where it's from or what that shape is. But I'm glad the picture came through very clearly, and I agree that the colors are really good. It's nice to have these bold colors. Okay. Oh, and by the way, yes, California olive oil. Try to support the local farmers. All right. Well, that's the image for the week. Back to net. KO6DRM.
Thank you, Dudley. Very well done. That's kind of our culinary inspiration for the night. I'm going to have some culinary inspiration coming up next when it's my turn. So I'm ready to cue. I'm already queued up. So let me get this set. Okay, this is going to be PD 120, and it is coming your way now. right, there it is. We're going to start from the bottom to go through the comments. That means we're going to go to Dudley, KO6DRM. First comment, Dudley, go ahead.
Well, this is the Great Western Steak and Hoagie Company, and I'm not quite sure what a hoagie is. I think it's some sort of sandwich. I think I should know that, but I'm embarrassed to say I don't. And I see a newspaper rack out in front. This is a typical American urban street, and it's not the prettiest place in the world, but for a lot of folks, this is reality and hominess, and you know, that's where we are, okay? And it's just kind of what it's all about. It's very, very authentic and legitimate looking. A busy street with looks like a pretty fun restaurant. I think right in the middle of the screen of the picture, there's a bright light. It reminds me of like one of those open neon signs. There's a few pixel pops here and there, but otherwise it's just a great picture and quite clear. Okay, that's all. Back to Net.
Thank you. I like that. Good observation. Let's go to Joel, AI6DG.
It's a bit fuzzy. I don't know if it was out of focus or if it's just low res. Very few pixel pops. No idea where this is, if it's in Sacramento or somewhere else. Great Western State. Is it Hoagie? H-O-A. Okay, I guess it is. It's just hard to read some of the letters. Okay, so when was this? I don't know, late 60s, early 70s? Oh, look at the cars in the background. Too fuzzy, can't tell. Wait for the description. Wait for more info. Back to Net, AI6DG.
All right, very good, Joel. It was kind of taken off the cuff there when I did it. Let's go to KP4MD.
Okay, well, you really piqued my interest in this, so I did look it up, and I think this is an older picture because the more recent pictures of this restaurant show a different siding on it, not that plain pink stuff that had some more kind of looks like aluminum siding, whitish, and I saw an article there about this thing that says that it's been there for 50 years. So very interesting, and also took a look at some of the sandwiches they make in there. Yeah, hoagie. I've heard of hoagie before, kind of like a submarine sandwich. I've heard that over on the East Coast when I was growing up. So back over to you, KP for empty.
Right, very good. You hunted that down. Let's go to Jim, KM6DVT.
Yeah, good sandwich for sure. But I'm wondering what is that object on the roof that's red? It almost looks like a chicken. I don't know. And also the container right underneath the sign has got a silver top to it. And below it there's like a trash can, I think. All right. Good.
All right, very good. And let's finish the commentary up with Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, it looks like to me above the roof of the building is a billboard with like a dog or something like that that's part of the advertising. This doesn't look very recent. The electric lines are kind of antiquated, and although in some inner city areas they haven't replaced them, the style of the signal looks more West Coast than East Coast, but we'll find out real soon. Most stores don't sell hoagies on the West Coast. Anyway, it'd be interesting to know where this is and when it was taken. The cars don't look real modern in 6PGQ.
Comment?
Go ahead, comment.
That looks like a newspaper selling thingy on the sidewalk. When was the last time you saw one of those? Are there even any newspapers being printed in Sacramento anymore? Back to net AI6DG.
All right, good observation. So I took this about 15 years ago. I haven't been back to LA in about that long. I grew up in Venice, and this is the Great Western Steak and Hoagie Company. It's on Lincoln Boulevard going through Venice. That's the Pacific Coast Highway as it goes through LA. Lincoln and Superba. And as Carol mentioned, it's been there for about 50 years. I've been going there since I was a teenager. They had, I don't know about now, I think it's different ownership, but they had the best cheesesteaks I ever had. And when I did have to go there, I went there a few times on the job, and when I got off the airplane at LAX, this is looking south, LAX is about 7 miles down the road here. The first stop after getting off the plane was Great Western Steak and Hoagie. I miss it. If I went there today, that'd be the first place I go. The signs on the right, the old like incandescent signs, like where it says Hoagie, and there's one above it. You can't tell. It says 3,000 miles to Philadelphia. Eat here. And so the reference to the East Coast is right. My father was from Philadelphia, so this place was huge to him. Cheesesteaks and hoagies are a big Philadelphia thing. So that's the story on my picture. So this was another good net. Good pictures, good alpine, good culinary delights, good history. I'm glad y'all came along again. Are there any questions or comments or other burning desires before I wrap up the net? Oh, by the way, that is like another billboard behind that Jim asked about and Bob correctly identified. All right, I want to thank all who participated in tonight's SSTV Net. We hope to see you again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. The net is officially closed at 9:59 p.m. This is Bill, K6KRQ, wishing all of you a good evening. 73.